Welcome back to Escape from Mars. We're here in the Mars Research Expedition site, the so-called biodome. So this is very pretty. There is grass growing, and there is a beach, and there is some ice even. The terrain is not as pretty. There's a lot of craters going on. Like if somebody made this with a bunch of bombs. Anyway, this is very pretty. There's ice here even, right? Can we actually get that? Let's try to take a spot where it's not so obvious that we are stealing things. Yes, we can get some ice. So, underground ice deposit, which explains the biodome part. And then we have this. The Iguana class freighter. I think that's how you pronounce it. So this is a very cool ship. And last time we were explaining how we are trying to get up here. It's impossible. Alright, I'm afraid we have to do some digging. And last time we were explaining how it's an option to either strip this and steal the thrusters, or try to restore its former glory. I think that could be very cool, but I'm not sure how much components we would need for such a large undertaking. It sounds like it's a lot of work, but might be not the case. Actually, these two gyros are still intact, the hydrogen engine as well. I don't think we need more than 2 gyros, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's get some light going. That's another thing that we have to fix here. Although there are lights. Might be because we switched off the hydrogen engine. Can we get some lights on? Nope. Those are the interior ones. Wait. There's a lot of lights. How to drain all your power in a few seconds. Let's see. Alright, that's a bit much. Well, let's first show you what it looks like. You can decide for yourself if you like this. It is very sci-fi, I have to admit. That's quite cool, but I don't like it as an actual light source. I feel like I'm at some studio. Yeah, not really happy with the choice of light. The Cannibal block even. And what's this? Oh, another one. Yeah, there's a lot of options here, a lot of possibilities. I think the important bit is that we have a battery even. Didn't realize that. We have oxygen tanks, and we probably have to restore these big hydrogen tanks. And can we restore the catwalk? That would also help a lot. Let's first change the light, because I don't like it at all. Let's see, we have the double ones. Are those the ones here? Yeah. And then we have the ones in the engine room, control room. So let's go for just a bit of yellow lighting. Here we go, high radius, low intensity. And well, it's a bit too bright, I think. Right, so now we have some light going on. Takes away from the sci-fi element, but I think it works a bit better for now. This whole ship is tilted, so if you're thinking that I'm drunk, I can promise you I'm not. At least not at the moment. Construction components. Right, we seem to not carry anything. So yeah, it would be tricky to get this going. But yeah, I think it doesn't require that much. We will require mainly to fix these up, these thrusters. Now we have already forwards thrust. Upwards, I think the ones underneath, they're also pretty much intact. Yeah. And there is even some ones in front, if I remember correctly. One, but that's all we need, I think. The ones from the right are intact as well. It's just this side that's broken. We are a bit spoiled with this. So, if I'm honest, we just need to restore the conveyoring. This is all working as well. And we can dig a bunch of ice over here, so we won't even need to transport it. So it's just this bit that we have to reconnect. I think. But I could be wrong. And is there like a H2 generator? Or is that all the way over here? No, that's a beacon. Oh, this tilted part that's making me feel miserable. I can't find an O2 gen. Let's see in the list if it's there. No. Right? O2. H2, no. Alright, so that's one of the things that we should make. I guess there's enough space to make one here.
Energy low.
I think I like that side. I guess just to be safe, we probably want two of them. So this is the... Actually, this is very cheap. I thought this would be expensive. Only 2 large steel tubes. Right, so maybe it's not that expensive to repair this whole thing. Apart from getting one of these large tanks going, that would probably be expensive. Let's see how this is going. Yeah, so we need 80 steel tubes for that. That's the worst part, I think. So ideally, if we get the conveyor system going...
Energy critical.
And... well, let's think while we walk back. If we get... oh god. If we get the conveyor system going, then we would be able to fix the tilting. That would help a lot already. So then we can walk around freely, we can do some actual construction, get some catwalk going and stuff like that. So I think that's the start of the plan. So I guess it's not that difficult to try and restore this this ship. I think it could be quite a cool project. Now, of course, we have to think of a way to get it out of here. I have some ideas about that as well, but I'm gonna save those because we didn't reach that point yet. That's for later. Get some energy going. So yeah, I guess we need a lot of materials and not as much as we thought. Now, if I remember correctly, there is an assembler over here, just around the corner. So we charged our energy, so we can check that out as well. Yeah. No, that's a generator. The assembler is... There's not that many rooms. It's impressive that we get lost. This is the O2 generator. There are some steel tubes in here, but not a lot. I think we could actually steal some components from these. But we can also do it later. I guess that makes much more sense. I guess there isn't an assembler. Get some oxygen going. Yeah, that part is working luckily. I guess we can leave an oxygen bottle here as well. Would probably help us at some point. Alright, so there isn't an assembler over here. Would be nice to get it. And the medical room... Well, we tried to fix that. We tried to fix that and get that going in here, but I think actually we want it in the ship, right? That makes much more sense. So let's do that instead. So we have to get some medical components as well. We need a shopping list. Right. So for now, we probably need to focus on getting a bunch of materials and move them over here. I think that's all that we need to do. Might be nice to get an assembler going in the ship. I guess assembler is very expensive, right? Let's check for a minute. I think that already needs a lot of large steel tubes. Nope, I'm wrong. So we will just make one. We need a bunch of computers, but that's fine. Some steel plates. I was curious if there's anything in the cargo still. So let's check that out and then we leave. Because you won't be able to do anything with this. I guess there isn't. Or I'm wasting resources by not repairing it. But if you see the amount of stuff that we need to repair it, and taking into account that we don't get all those resources back because of the scrapping, then I don't think it's worth it. I think they are empty anyway. Ooh, this has a lot of large steel tubes, right? We'll leave that. We might be able to repair one of those cargo containers that are in here. We can get up there. I think it's just these two, right? Yeah. Cool. Let's do it. Go back home and get some stuff going. We'll take the scrap. I didn't forget about it. Anything else we want to take? Probably not those. I think there was a container upstairs. Some med bay. And assembler. Those are the main bits. Right, so we do have some medical components here. Maybe I will remember, otherwise we'll just get duplicates. And there we are. It's a beautiful new day. So we'll recycle some scrap and see how many materials we have and how much we will still need. And then meanwhile we have to start thinking if we want to move the iguana home as soon as possible, or if we do majority of construction over there. I don't know, I think the assembler is quite cheap, so it might make sense to get as much functional as possible before moving it out. I realized something. There is a second crane. How do we get there? Can you see the catwalk to my right and this crane? But I don't see a ladder or something. Interesting. You think we can just land on the solar panels? Maybe this crane still works. Very nice to land on the solar panels. I think they will like that. Oh, all the way over here, and then there's the sign. Nice. Out of order. Okay, well, there's that mystery solved. Alright, let's see what we get. Or hard-earned scrap.
You are best customer all year. Only customer all year.
Much steel tubes? Pretty please? Yeah, some at least. 16.
Inventory
Not really
full.
jackpot, but it's fine. Alright, let's go home. See if our base is still intact. We still have power. Not suspicious at all the light coming from our base. It gets better when we get close. I think there's some G-Core base also on top of the mountain. So yeah, we have reason to worry. It's a bit of a shame that we are short on everything, otherwise we could finally finish our base. Let's see, slow and steady. So let's take the components required to build some important machinery, starting with those for a med bay. So we need metal grids. Those are being produced. And then we need materials for a bunch of conveyors. So that's mainly small steel tubes, some motor, construction components and interior plates. So let's say we want to build 20 of those. Seems like a reasonable amount. So that's 120 motors, 240 small steel, and then 400 of the construction, and 280 of the interior. And then probably we need a conveyor junction, so we'll add some of those as well. They're the same cost actually, so it's alright. And then comes the important one. Hydrogen tank, a large one. That will be tricky. Let's see. Ditch those. We got all of it. Did we already have 80 steel tubes? That's impressive. Yes, we did. Strange. Alright. And now comes the shopping list that we just cited. So 220 motors. So I guess we might as well take 200. Then construction components. We'll take 700. And then small steel tubes, 240. Yeah, we're short on those. Plus our inventory is full. Now we have some more. And we are quite rich, to be honest. It's alright. And then just the interior ones, I think. A bunch more. So today we carefully inspected the Iguana freighter, and we think we have all the bits to install the essential machinery to get it flying. Just to be clear, we have no clue if we can get this operational and if we can get it out of there, but we will find out next time. So, thank you for joining. Thanks to the extremely cool people that throw in some likes and subs, and I hope I see you at the next one.